let me first start with that just because someone supports the Confederate flag or so-called succession from the northern states does not automatically mean that someone is in fact a racist. Anyone with an ounce of lessons of history of the past would understand that. I don't think you probably understand that the fact is that the northern banks were directly funding slavery in the South, and that most of the products that the southern cotton made went directly to the North. Also, you have to understand that even during the war, the Civil War, that the Northerners were giving weapons and making profits off of the Southerners too by giving weapons to both sides. So if the northern banks were funding slavery and they were getting the majority of the products, cotton-made products from the North, that means that the North was just involved with slavery than the South. And as far as that statement goes, I think that the Northerners had some nerve to want to have these cotton products and fund it with their banks and then tell the Southerners that they couldn't have slaves or aka cheap labor, which is still around today. But I mean, you have the right to fund your bank and get the products from the North, and then all of a sudden the Southerners who are making money off of them are now fighting for their livelihood and their wealth. It's similar to if you work in a factory and all of a sudden that factory makes something, a product that becomes illegal, that factory closes up and you're out of work. And that's much of the reason why the Southerners were outraged, because it was just as much the Northerners' fault for funding the slavery in the first place. I mean, Northern banks were funding both slavery and the Civil War, and the Northerners were getting rich by selling the Southerners all of the weapons and made in factories in the North. So, with that stated, I don't think it means shit. I mean, just because someone's still for succession today from the North or from the United States does not mean that they're automatically racist. It just means that they don't like Northerners, most likely, or they want to run their own country, which doesn't automatically mean someone's racist. So, by that statement, I don't think that you really hit on any kind of point whatsoever. As far as Obama goes, now I will first make this perfectly clear. I'm not a McCain supporter. I'm not an Obama supporter. I'm a Ron Paul and a Bob Barr supporter. I'm a conservative. I'm a libertarian. I would not like to consider myself either Republican or Democrat, because I find it quite embarrassing to be labeled as either party. So I take the other options, which happen to fail because people don't really think about shit in this country. But nonetheless, just because someone is intelligent and can do well in school does not mean that they are out for the people. You got to think about this. I mean, and just because someone's intelligent does not mean that their intelligence will benefit the majority of people, because ideas are ideas, and ideas are only ideas until they're put out in the open, which is proof from the communist system. Karl Marx, of the Marxist ideal of communism, was a very intelligent person, as was the Leon Trotsky of the Trotskyism model of communism, which Lenin adopted, which Lenin also was a very intelligent man, which shows that just because someone is intelligent does not automatically mean that they are fit to run your country better. And just because someone does well in school does not mean that they're automatically intelligent, whether it be Harvard or anything. It gives a better chance, but I have friends who just didn't try in school, and yet they're probably more intelligent than anyone I know that ever graduated high school. I mean, many of the most intelligent people I know got F's in high school. That's because they didn't really care and they didn't want to be told what to do. So just because someone graduates doesn't mean they can try hard, and that they try hard, but doesn't always mean that they have the intellect. I mean, Hillary Clinton has 145 IQ, I believe, and I mean, she was in was it Bosnia, one of the Yugoslavia republics, and this little girl giving her flowers, and yet she thought that that she heard like bombs and gunfire going off. So just because someone is intelligent not mean that they are not either delusional or power hungry. And just because someone's intelligent does not mean automatically that they want to help you. It could mean that they just want to help themselves. No guarantee of that. And I don't think Obama's plans are very good. He's extremely socialist. He's a spendocrat. I think that he is going to be the most spendocrat of the Democrats we've had in a long time. Remember, Clinton really didn't spend that much, and I think that the Clinton, as bad as many people don't like Clinton who are of the right wing, Clinton really was not a spendocrat. He was not a socialist Democrat like I think Barack Obama is. And that said, I think that we're in for a shocker that Obama's plan might not do so well. We did quite well under Clinton, as I stated. Clinton did not spend a lot of money, so we did not have much debt under Clinton. Obama, I mean, the first thing he states is he wants to get rid of the Chinese debt buying our bonds, and then he wants to do military action in Pakistan. He wants to do more military action in Afghanistan. He thinks about Iran, because he said he would consider military action in Iran if they did not come to terms. I don't think Mr. Ahmadinejad, or whatever his name is going to come to terms. So if we're going to go to 3 wars versus 1 war, and mind you that Pakistan and Iran are not Iraq, I think this will be a lot more deadly and costly than this little crappy Iraq war, or whatever you want to call it. To mention, I mean, he's for the bailout in the first place of the banks. Now it seems like he's for the GMC bailout and General Motors. I don't think that. I think he's a spendocrat. Where are we going to get the money for this health care reform? Where are we going to get the money for everything that Obama has talked about? And I think all he's going to do is put more debt. It's one thing for him to say he wants to get the debt down. It's another thing to do it. And don't believe talk, but believe actions. I want to see actions.